Hey guys, Brick Queen and
Brick Titan
here to review a brand new LEGO set for you guys. This one is the Ghostbusters Firehouse Headquarters. It cost a whopping $350, but this set has 4,634 pieces and it looks amazing. So let's go ahead and take a closer look.
So first off, here is the base of the Ghostbusters Firehouse Headquarters, and as you can see, it is a rather large LEGO set. There are lots of little details in this set that are just, it takes a long time to build, guys, so if you're in a hurry, don't be in one, because this is a massive LEGO set. It takes quite a long time to build, and it's not so much that the pieces, it's a large piece count, but because of the details. As you can see, there's stickers everywhere. Even the Ghostbuster symbol up here and the Firehouse sticker up here is actually a sticker. And of course, you've got all these minute little details that are just everywhere, and I think that is one of the coolest aspects of this set. Even this little brick built light, the street light right here, is really cool. It's brick built, has a sticker here. I just think it's a nice little touch. You have some really cool things like this trash can here. You do have the door on the side here that opens, and one of the coolest things, which I'll go ahead and kind of zoom in for you guys, is kind of the slime or ooze that's coming out of the ground. It kind of pays homage to kind of the classic Ghostbusters movies, like the second one, which I think is really cool. And you have the details on the back are kind of strange because it really doesn't match up with the whole thing. So I mean, like, that's kind of odd. I wish they would have kind of like made a second layer, kind of made it brick in the back there. That would have been pretty cool. But other than that, I think it's pretty well put together. You can see here there are the doors, and they do open. You can open them up like this and close them, and there is a door. Let me see if I can't zoom in for you guys a little bit here. You can kind of see there's the little door that opens here, and of course the big ones open up like that, and you can kind of get a straight shot right into the back there. You can see all the stickers and offices and all the things in the back there, and you open it up here, and I'll go ahead and kind of give you guys a side shot here of all the inside details here. You can kind of see just overall all the detail in this set. You get all kinds of stuff. Like, there are just some random things like this box and crates and stuff. For the most part, that's a lot of it. And of course, you do have some newspapers stacked on the bottom here. Like, here's one right here. Focus. That's just a newspaper from like New York, kind of just stacked on the floor there. So that's a cool. There's a lot of little details like that make this set really cool. In the back, let me go ahead and zoom in there for you. In the back, you can see there are some power tools here, and you kind of open it up. If I can open this up, it's kind of hard to reach back there. You can see there's all sorts of tools inside there. There's a lamp back there, and on the wall up here, you can see there is even the bell from the movie that rings whenever they get a call. I think that's pretty cool. Kind of turn around here, and you can see, if I can kind of turn it, how the doors shut. You can kind of shut each one like that, and you do get a pretty cool look of what it looks like when it opens and closes. And of course, there is enough room in here, which, let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see it. You can actually fit the Ghostbusters car in here, which I think is probably one of the coolest things that you could do in this set. And of course, let me kind of move this around a little bit, and you can kind of get a closer look at some of the other details here. Like, there is the actual place where they get dressed, and you can see their names all there. And you can see those are stickers, by the way, so that's kind of a pain. Kind of made one of them crooked, and in each one of them you get one of their proton packs, which is really well detailed out. I think they did a good job with that. And of course, one of the biggest pains in the set is they didn't really make a hanger for these, so you kind of have to just shove your little proton pack into the bottom there. And on this side, you can see that we have the pole right here, and if you drop it down, you have one of the Ghostbusters flying on down the pole there. Of course, I don't have it connected to the top because I'm kind of showing you how this whole building kind of connects without actually having the whole building connected. So I wanted to kind of show you guys just an overall view of each section. So, and you can see there is a lot of really unique kind of details. Let me go ahead and put him at the top here so he can kind of get out of the way so you guys can see the back in the background there. And you can kind of see, like, all the computers, and there's, let me see if I can't zoom this in a little bit so you guys can kind of get a better look at it. You can kind of see all of this stuff in there. Got some computers back there. Of course, this has like Invaders alien game kind of thing going on there, and I think that's kind of a nice touch. Of course, you got letters and a phone, and on this side you kind of have an office with, you can see the sticker on the back there, and there's some papers on the wall. Like here's a paper right here with the brick Ghostbusters, which I think is pretty funny actually. I'll leave that back there. And of course, you got like a little radio back there with some jars, kind of see. And probably one of the most iconic things in this set, if I can kind of move everything around, as you can see on this little section right here with the stairs, move it like that, you can see there is the containment unit. Now, you drop it sort of like that, and of course, we do have the little containment thing, which the Ghostbusters, little containment thing, and you just kind of sit it in there like that. And then you kind of close it up just like this, except you kind of have to work with it a little bit. Like you have to kind of set it up, and it's really kind of awkward. They didn't really put a spot for you to close it up in there, so it's kind of a pain to get it to close. But it is kind of a thing where at least you do have the whole containment thing, which I think is rather cool. I'm glad they put that in there. I mean, it's detailed out a lot. I just wish there would have been something where you could actually hook the little Ghostbuster, ghost thing into the actual containment unit. So that's kind of a bummer, but overall I'm pretty happy with just the base of the set. I mean, they crammed a lot of details into this one little set, guys, so I'm not complaining at all. I just really think that there are some things that everything can use an improvement, but this is just the overall base, and I think they did a really good job of that. So let's go ahead and move up to some of the higher levels of this set. So this is the next major level of the Ghostbusters Firehouse headquarters, and there is the front window. As you can see, this is the next level above the bottom base part there. You can see you can take each section off, which I think is probably one of the coolest features of this entire set. Kind of get an overall view there of the outside windows and everything. And over here we have the back side, which is nothing too spectacular. But next we have probably the most interesting thing of the whole Ghostbusters house. We have their just their living quarters, I guess you'd call it, because there's really, let me go ahead and zoom in there and you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. This part right here is kind of the kitchen area. You can see there's kind of a fireplace, and there's all their kitchen utensils. There's shelves and a refrigerator, which I'll show you that in just a minute. But one of the coolest things on this level is kind of this Ghostbusters video game. And you can see it has the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man on there, and it says play, and it has these cool joysticks, stickers, and of course all this here is stickers. This is a sticker, the whole thing at the top is a sticker. But I really like this brick-built old school arcade looking thing. I think they did a really good job with that. I think it looks really cool, and it just sits right there in the corner. And you do get a lot of, the coolest aspect of this set is everything is pretty much brick-built, but they're really nice designed brick-built pieces. Like here's a bunch of the chairs. Now they are loose, so you can kind of set them wherever you want. And on the table here, let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit more for you guys so you can kind of get a look at it. You can see there's the table, and of course we do get the toaster, which is probably one of my favorite parts in the Ghostbusters movie. See there's little mirror stickers on the side to make it look like a toaster. There's a little piece on there. Of course that's just a common piece, but I think it's great that they actually added that and they put slime all around it, so it kind of adds a nice Ghostbusters touch to the set. And you can see there's the fireplace, and of course the set is filled with these kind of box crates to just kind of make it look like it's used a lot. I think that's a pretty cool idea. I mean, it just kind of fills up space. It doesn't just look like a plain room. If I don't knock everything over, here's the refrigerator. And you can see it is another really awesomely designed brick-built piece. And of course, let's go ahead and open this up. You can kind of see there's a frozen pizza in there. sticker outside here with some notes on the refrigerator. And inside there you have some cheese and some milk, which makes it kind of just really nice brick-built stuff. I just think they did a really good job with that. And of course there are some assigned places for these little objects that you have in the room. Go ahead and move these chairs out of the way so you can get a better look at everything in this room. Kind of see the whole kitchen area. You see there's like some jars and some like the cool part about that is though is the cereal box or whatever right here is actually printed, and you can see in the corner there's some pizza boxes stacked up. There's a brick-built little coffee pot, if I can get it out here. It's kind of cramped in there, so it's kind of hard to show you everything. And if let the camera focus, and I'll show you guys. See, it's really nice design for a coffee pot, I think. They're getting better at actually designing out their stuff. See there's some frying pans and some drawers and a sink. And on the, let me see if I can't kind of drop the camera here a little bit and show you guys some more detail on this thing, because this thing's huge and I want to kind of get everything in it. And on this side, we have the whole bedroom. You can see there's a light. And of course, more brick-built stuff, but it's really cool brick-built stuff. Like here's the bed. You can see it has the bedpost, and they all look the same. They are the same bed, so there's no different ones, but it is neat because you can just put them in their little assigned spots. And there's a door here that opens and closes, so that's kind of cool. And on this side, you just have a part that's basically going to be the bathroom right here, which I'll get to show you guys in a minute. But overall, I'm just kind of showing you guys what it looks like overall, because I think it's pretty cool looking little living areas for the Ghostbusters. And I think they did a really good job on it. But let's go ahead and take a look at some more awesome stuff. And as you can see here, Slimer just materialized out of the Ghostbusters bathroom, which is one of the unique sections of this Ghostbusters headquarters. And you can see here, this is the outside wall here with the kind of same brick pattern throughout the entire set. But the highlight of this section, of course, is the bathroom, which I'll kind of go ahead and zoom in there for you and drop the camera down a little bit so you guys can get a better look of Slimer coming out of the toilet there. You do get a really nice mirror here. As you can see, it's reflecting off everything. And you do get a sink, which looks old-timey, and I kind of like the brick-built design. I'll go ahead and move Slimer and his nasty sausage, which is kind of, I wouldn't want to eat that after it came out of the toilet and a ghost touched it. And you can see there's the bottom of the sink, and of course there's slime coming out of the toilet, and there's some toilet paper on the side there. And I really like the handle up here at the top for this old-fashioned toilet. And I love the pieces behind here. They did a really good job of designing that out. And here's the, let me back the camera up a little bit here so you can kind of get a better look. There's the shower head and some shampoos and soaps, and of course the cold and hot water thing. Of course I showed you down like that, but you can get a better look at all the plumbing and works of the Ghostbusters bathroom. But I think overall it is a rather nice and unique part of the set. I think they did a rather good job designing the bathroom. It's not the fanciest thing, but it is kind of fun. So let's go ahead and move on to the next section of this Ghostbusters headquarters. And here's probably the most interesting part of the entire Ghostbusters headquarters, because it is basically just both the second and third level staircase and fire escape kind of going on here. We only have a couple doors here at the top that open and close, and of course we do have the ladder that goes all the way up to the roof, and of course this one goes down to the ground level when it's bent down all the way. But you can see there really isn't a whole lot of detail in this. Kind of go over and show you the detail. Nothing really fancy, but it is a nice piece to have because it kind of completes the set when it's all together. But I just wanted to show you that you can take it apart, and you can see that each individual staircase comes. This section is one giant piece, which is what I'm trying to explain to you. Where most pieces are just one level or two, this is actually one giant piece. So let's go ahead and take a look at some more stuff. This is the third and final level on the Ghostbusters headquarters, and you can kind of take a look at all the detail on the top here. We have each brick-built wall, which continues down each side, and there's a lot of detail like on just the scaffolding and mold of the building. The back could have used some improvement, but I'm not complaining because this set is really amazing. It's more like a modular building, which to me that's a good thing, because tend to put a lot more effort into modulars in their design, and it doesn't seem like a machined out standard little Lego set. There's just a lot of detail in the sides and up here at the top, and I think they just took the actual effort to make a good set rather than worrying about the cost efficiency of it. I think it's rather pricey, but I think they did a good job. And let me go ahead and kind of give you guys a closer look here of the inside of this third level. Kind of see there is a recreation zone in every area of the Ghostbusters building, and you can see this is the pool table they have at the top level here, and it's a nice brick built design. They did an amazing job. It's got the pockets in it. Really, I think if anybody wants something put that in a stop motion or something like that, that's a really nice design. You have some stickers here of a map of New York and just another sticker there. And of course over here is the office supplies, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But in the back here, there are some cool cues on the wall. And on this side, let me go ahead and show you the office a little bit, give you a little look of what it looks like on that side. Let me zoom out a little bit here so I can kind of get the whole office in there. Kind of see there are computers. There's a computer back here, which has some really cool hints at some Ghostbuster kind of lore. There's Vigo the Carpathian, so if you've seen Ghostbusters, you know where that comes from. And there's just a lot of stuff on the wall, like there's some computer stuff in the back there. And let's see here. There's this nice brick built table with a lot of detail on it. It has a jar of stuff in it, and there's another one of those papers. We get a lot of those in this set. And that's kind of nice to see little printed pieces once in a while, and you can kind of stick that there. And over here we have a computer monitor, which is a sticker. Kind of has an image you'll remember from the first Ghostbuster movie. It's kind of sad that it's a sticker, but I understand that they can't put as many stickers as they could print, so that's okay with me. And there's a dartboard. Now that is a printed piece, but the little scorecard on the side there is not. And I'll kind of turn it around there so you can kind of see some more stuff on the inside there. Kind of zoom in there. You can kind of see all the little toolboxes and jars and a little stereo radio up there at the top. And on this side, if I can come turn it, I'll show you guys. This is kind of for the photo lab on the other level, which I'll get to that in just a second. I just kind of want to show you guys everything in the office first. And on this level, see some more equipment in the back there. There's the computer. And there's just a jar of random stuff. Of course, we got some lights hanging down here, kind of moved and bumped. But overall, I think they did a pretty good job with it. I think it is a rather awesome set. But let's go ahead and check out some more stuff on this awesome kind of Ghostbusters headquarters set. And next up, we have a very fun part of the Ghostbusters headquarters, which is the photo lab. And you can see there that Egon is, of course, screaming his head off there because pictures are being caught on fire because they're possessed. And you have a nice little photo lab here, and here's one of the flaming photos, which I'd be screaming too if all of a sudden pictures started coming alive and catching on fire, because who wouldn't? And he is holding a rather nice piece there. It is kind of a little tool, just extra, kind of like regular Lego claw with just a white kind of smooth piece. But of course he's screaming about that, and that is some nice little extra tools. We do get a camera, which is pretty nice to have. I mean, like, they're pretty common now. And a magnifying glass, which I'll show you here, which is, I get it, so you can kind of zoom in on some of your pictures there. And take a closer look at these possessed stickers on the wall there. You can see Vigo the Carpathian all along the wall here. In there, and of course it's catching on fire too. And you do get some nice little utensils like this jar and some extra little photo paper. And the door opens up, which is pretty cool. And I think that's a nice little feature. And the windows are whited out at the top. It's kind of hard to tell with a white background, but you can tell that like they're blotted out compared. That's the white background, and then these are the ones that are blotted out. They really put a lot of detail into this set. And on this side we have the other side of the door and a fire extinguisher. And if I zoom it back out again, I'll show you guys kind of this little part right here is where you connect the top part of your fire pole. So whenever you actually connect the whole thing together, this is where the fire pole will start, and it'll go 3 levels down. So this is part of the 3rd level, which I think is really cool. I really love all the details in this set. But let's go ahead and take some more, or take a closer look at some more levels of the Ghostbusters set. So this is literally the most boring part of this set. I'm sorry guys, but I want to show you guys everything. This is just the roof piece that attaches at the top. There's nothing really fancy about it, but there is a kind of a cool feature. When you open the locks up at the top here, you can see it kind of has an air vent at the top here, where it's designed to look like an air vent, and of course you have these two little latches. So whenever you close it up at the top, it'll lock the whole building down. So I think that's a nice little feature for you, so the doors on the sides don't come opening and closing all the time.
And now let's check out our minifigures, starting with Peter Venkman. And first thing you'll notice here on the arm is the Ghostbusters logo, which all 4 Ghostbusters do have in this set, which is awesome. And Peter here is covered in slime, which I find hilarious. I think it's a really nice little touch. He's also holding a ghost trap there, which is cool, and a radio, because they all need to stay in touch when doing this. And now you can also see his second face there, which is cool. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they all have double-sided faces, which of course is awesome. And you can also see the back printing now. I think they did an amazing job on the minifigures in this set. And next up we have Ray Stantz. You'll notice the same Ghostbusters logo on his arm there. Glad they included that on these. And here's the back side. This first face that he has, he's extremely happy. But here is his second face, and I don't know if you would call that scared, or I don't know, he looks a little bit more surprised than anything to me. And here you can see the back printing now that I've taken all of the accessories and things off. But again, I think the figures are all awesome, and I love that they have the little initials on there. And next up is Egon Spengler. And I'm really glad that they included the PKE meter. That's the little accessory he's holding there. It's just a few little pieces, but I think it's a really nice touch that they included that. And just like all of the other Ghostbusters, he does have a double-sided face, as you can see there. That was his second face. And of course the same kind of back printing. Nice little arm pocket on the side there. Really nice figures. And the fourth and final Ghostbuster is Winston Zeddemore, and he is really decked out with equipment. He's got the proton pack on the back here. He's also got the ghost trap and a radio. So he is just really ready to go on this one. And here is Winston's second face, and now you can see his printing now that I've taken all of those accessories off. But I'm really glad they included all the accessories. I think it just really adds a lot to the set to have all of that. Next up we have Janine Melnitz, who really looks like a librarian, but actually she is basically the Ghostbusters secretary. She kind of books stuff for them and takes calls and things. And here is her second face. She doesn't really have any accessories, which I don't really know what they'd give her unless they gave her like a pen or a notebook or something like that. Or maybe a telephone. That would probably be really good for her. And this awesome looking minifigure is Dana Barrett. And of course, this version of her would have been when she was possessed. So I would have liked to have had a regular version too, but I do think they did a really good job on the one that they did make. Even her hair looks awesome in this. And with her second face, you can really tell she's possessed with those bright red eyes. But anyway, the printing on her is just really fantastic, so I think they did a really good job on all of the figures, honestly. And here is Louis Tully, which I think they did a pretty good job on. I like the printing on him. Looks like his shirt's dirty there. But all in all, I think he's a really cool looking figure. And he has multiple faces here. This is his second face. He now has the red eyes there. And of course, everything else is still the same body and all. Just, double-sided face. Except he actually has a whole nother head. And this is the other head that I mentioned. As you can see, it's a completely different headpiece as before. this is what they had him looking like when they hooked him up for test. I think it's really pretty awesome that they decided to include that too. And now, starting with our monsters, we'll go ahead and start the lot out with a zombie driver, which I think they did a really good job on. I love the way his skin looks. It looks really nasty and just really looks like a zombie to me. So I think they did a really good job detailing him out. But actually, my favorite part about him is just his hat. I really like his hat. And the first ghost in this set is this really cool looking librarian ghost. Of course, right now she just looks like a sweet old lady, but we all know they don't stay that way. But she does have a really cool book there, and that is a sticker on the front of the book there, in case you were wondering. But when you upset her, she becomes this monstrosity, which I don't think anybody would want to deal with. But she does have a really cool hairpiece. It is basically Dana Barrett's hairpiece in white, but that's okay. I still think they did an awesome job on this character. And our next ghost is one I'm sure you're all very familiar with. This is Slimer, of course, and I love the way LEGO made him. I'm actually really pleasantly surprised by this. I really didn't think that they would actually make his arms move, but they did. I thought it would be just one solid piece, but they actually gave him moving arms, so I'm very excited about that. And last but not least, we have two very creepy looking ghosts. We have a little blue one here with 3 eyes, and then we also have the pink one there. And as you can see, there's kind of some clear pieces holding them up, so they even kind of look like they're hovering about. And here's the scary looking pink one, but I think they're both really cool. It was a nice little addition to add those.
So now that you've seen everything in this gigantic Ghostbuster set, be sure to let us know in the comments below which part of this set is actually your favorite. Do you like the figures? Do you like one aspect of it? Do you like the design? But be sure to let me know in the comments below. And also give us a huge thumbs up if you like Ghostbusters and you would like to see more sets from LEGO that to make Ghostbuster sets. And I will see you guys next time.
Click here to check out more of our recent videos, and don't forget to subscribe before you go.